Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Back here at the Business Growth Show at the Birmingham City Football Club, and with me I have Claire.
Hi.
Claire, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. You're visiting today, right?
I am, yeah. It's the first time I've been to the football club, so yeah. It's good
How are
to
you
be
finding
here.
it?
Yeah, good. Yeah, some really good people here today, actually.
You're not actually from Birmingham, are you?
I'm not, no.
You don't have the
Telford.
Birmingham twang either.
I'm from Wolverhampton originally, so
Okay.
you know, I'm kind of the dark side.
I don't know now. I don't know which one is the darker side.
But I do spend a lot of time in Birmingham, so
Yeah.
it's
That probably explains things.
It's a city I've grown to love, so yeah.
What brings you here at this specific show today?
I find that I work from home a lot.
Okay.
And I find that when I get out networking, all of the ideas start flowing. I start meeting people, having conversations. You never know what's going to come out of them. So I've had some really good conversations today, both people who could be clients, but really with people that I think we could add value to each other and just see what comes of it and build some relationships. So it's really good to get out.
Fantastic. It does get a bit lonely working for yourself at home, doesn't it?
It does.
And you're right, you know, for those people who are not yet networking out in person, look, this is the kind of feedback we get. And this is true, you know, until you go out and meet people physically, it's all right watching videos as well, but until we meet people physically, you're right, the ideas start flowing, two heads better than one concept, you know, you start thinking about different things and get greater ideas. Tell us more about what you actually do.
Well, that kind of connects to it actually, because a lot of the work I do is around Facebook groups.
Ah.
So the types of people that I work with are mainly speakers, trainers, authors who have, you know, information, knowledge to share, and they like to build communities around it. And Facebook groups are fantastic for that.
Yeah.
And what I found with Facebook groups, some that I've been a part of, is that I've met people I would never have met otherwise. We've found something that connects us, whether it's stage in business we're at, whether it's literally just personality or the challenges that we all have, and they've become friends. And then when I've gone to meet them in person, it's almost a formality, you know. We have the hug, it's all good, but we're already friends. And I just love the fact that I've now got friends all over the world.
Even in business, you don't usually go and hug somebody in a meeting,
don't.
first meeting, do you?
You don't.
But because you've already built this connection, you know, even if it doesn't be a hug, at least you see the face, you've maybe seen them on a video, you maybe had a video conference or something. Technology's just brought us together, hasn't it?
It really has, and I think people will say, oh, you know, you shouldn't spend all your time on Facebook. And I do agree to an extent. It's not healthy to literally be scrolling all day, to be staring at a screen, to be at home, to not be with people. You've got to make sure you balance it with actually going out and physically being in front of human beings every so often.
Absolutely.
Because that's when you end up being more creative and things happen.
Exactly.
So,
and I think, you know what, this is the distinction between networking on a digital platform and taking it to the personal level, because going back to the old school ways of building relationships and know, like, and trust factor, there's only so much you can do that online. But when you're meeting somebody in person, you know, they say the sixth sense and the vibes that you get from people, even if you're not a believer in metaphysics or the spiritual world or anything like that, there's this sense that you have, there's this relationship, the bonding, the connection that you can build in person is very much different to what you do online. Because online, everyone's the same then, aren't they? There's nothing that differentiates. And when you met somebody in person, all of a sudden, you know, it's almost like you've got some kind of a relationship going.
Yeah, it really cements it, and that's what's really important. And a word that you touched on was connection.
Yeah.
Human beings are looking for connection, they're looking for places to belong, they're looking for somebody that understands where they are and to go, thank God I'm not the only one. You know, they just want to connect with other human beings and connect with ideas and find something that connects with them and where they are right now. So that they don't feel like they're alone, they don't feel like they're going mad, they don't feel like, you know, it's such an uphill struggle and nobody else is having the same challenges as they are. So in terms of like being in a group environment, being in a community, it's got to be online and offline.
Absolutely.
Bringing them together. I
And
think
this
that's
is
when it becomes really powerful.
Absolutely, and this is the whole ethos of Pathway to Grow. Everybody who works in the Pathway to Grow under the umbrella of Pathway to Grow, people like myself, the people who are running Coffee and Natters, Chutney and Chats, we're all our own respective business owners. And we come together to build on that connection. And like now, we're like a family. We're like a family, you know, and even though we may not have similar business interests, you know, the fact that we work together for the benefit of other businesses, because we know what we look for as a business owner, and if we're able to deliver that to other business owners, it's a win-win situation, isn't it?
Share the same values.
Absolutely.
And that's what's important.
Exactly. So, coming back to what you do in terms of building groups around specific expertise, Is this the main service that you have for your clients?
It is, yeah. What I find is it's
Do you
not
manage
just,
the groups for them as well?
for a couple.
Okay.
But obviously, there's only so much you can do.
Because you share the expert knowledge, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. And what I find is that when people have a group, there's always somebody in their group that is really, really extra passionate about getting involved, and that's the person that should be helping to run the group. What I do is I look at it more strategically. I'm more standing side by side with the group leader, looking at strategies for how they can engage people, have more conversations happening, have business results coming from it. So quite often they may have a course that they are looking to promote, but they want to kind of get a really engaged and loyal audience that would be interested in finding out about something later.
Yeah.
So it's not about getting people in a room and selling to them, it's about
adding
having
value.
an audience, building a brand and attracting them towards what you have to offer.
We have a WhatsApp group for Chutney and Chat. We've got loads of WhatsApp groups, but there's one in particular for Chutney and Chat, which is run by Abid Khan. It's always full. And some of the conversations that take place in there, and I remember you have your quiet moments and your more engaging moments. We used to have like 1,200 messages a day on there.
Wow.
And that's between a select few people who were really getting involved in real technical discussions, sometimes very just helpful discussions. And this group itself is thriving. It's a vibrant group. You've got people from different walks of life who offer their expertise or opinions or professional opinions and assistance to other businesses. You might need a plumber in the middle of the night. Does anybody know a plumber? Bang, there you go.
Exactly.
I've got a meeting with somebody and I need to prepare a proposal. What would you recommend that I do with this? Bang, there you go. I've designed this pop-up banner. What do you think of the design? So it's a really vibrant community. So anybody who's watching, maybe you should consider joining these groups. They're very, very helpful. I can understand and I appreciate the value groups bring, and having someone like you and your expertise to explain or more so guide people how to make interaction in the groups is very, very important.
Yeah, because that's what it's about. It's not just about how many thousands of people can we grow the group to, it's how many people are actually having meaningful conversations in that group.
Like we are, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. We only met 5 minutes ago.
I know, right? That's sometimes how it happens. So
exactly.
It's good.
Well, Claire, it's been lovely to meet you. If people wanted to find out more about your services and how you can help them, how can they find you? If you can just give us the information on the camera.
The best way to connect with me is probably on LinkedIn. So if you just look up Claire Dowdall, I'm on there, I'm quite active, so I'll always accept the requests. Also on Facebook, you can connect with my personal page. I'm totally happy to chat with people and make connections on Facebook, and just drop me a message anytime if you want some help.
Brilliant. Claire, lovely to meet you. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us at Pathway to Grow. And no doubt we'll catch up in the groups.
Yes.
Thank you.